guest with us, and he's probably already making noise because there's nothing I can do about it. We have to be like this, and you can already probably hear him right as I start the stream. I swear this was not on purpose. So let's just get into it. There's nothing much to say. You're gonna be hearing this guest until they calm down, because there are things happening around me, and this just happens to be the time that I stream. So without further ado, let me actually check something first, because there's something that well, we'll see when we actually get in, is what I really have to look at. But we'll get into it. The thumbnail is going to be as it is until I get it fixed, really. That's all there really is to it. So let's just go in. And this guest over here, hey, come here. Come here. Sit down, you silly. Sit down. It's okay, as I get into At World of Horror, custom character exclusive perks, and we'll do our best. I'll do my best to multitask in more ways than one, because funny enough, I'm doing a third thing on top of this stream. So my focus, I'm gonna try to put my focus here at the same time. But boy, Takushi-san, dexterity, light, second mystery, knowledge, and maybe strength. Although we do have, well, actually now I can't see, but I'm just gonna look at strength, even if we had... I mean, I could cheat and look at the character file to see how much stats I have, but I'm gonna do otherwise. So, I will actually gamble on getting something I can use for encounters, although that's gonna help out. I could also do enthrallment, but let's wait until I know for sure which things, yes, and that's you're seeing custom B correctly. I haven't tested these characters out extensively. I've literally just pulled them from the repository. Oh, this one was supposed to be for the last stream. And we do have a mystery on our hands as well. So Vigil, Recluse, Painting, Ramen, Festival. Well, going into Vigil now. And we'll do the thing. That being said, starting with the flashlight is... I mean, it's not powerful, but it is an advantage. More than a little bit, but definitely not out of the way. Starting with the weapon, 90% of the time is usually for the better. If you really want to make things not easier, but if you want an advantage, or if you wanted to give a character an advantage, because say I had, say, Adrenaline or Fast Swimmer instead, then you might consider putting... other things on the character that are negative. Let me also do this Vigil really quickly, because I need to slow... I was in a rush to do the stream, basically. But I'm more awake now than I was last stream. That much I can say. What I wasn't was more prepared, because as I said, I have a guest with us, so you might hear that guest from time to time, but again, there's nothing I can do about that. This guest was also part of the reason why I had to end the stream earlier last time, but it wasn't the whole reason. There was more like a few things happen at once, and we had to... But yeah, so you might have even heard them there. Yeah, it's okay, it's okay. You have to be with me, though, because I'm the only one around who can watch you relatively easily. So, have to pet this... Yes, have to pet the doggo, basically. As I look at... Okay, well, now I know my knowledge is 6 now. What is my charisma even? I can't even see it. So... Let me do this in the background. And yeah. So, without further ado, what do I actually... I mean, 3 strength, it's not really much I can do. I don't even get a very good meat cleaver turn, but... 1, we don't have much else to do, and 2, we have the HP to do it. Now, if we lose too much HP, that's a different story, but that will depend on my RNG. So let's just play this as most people would play it, and just eat 6 all damage. I personally would choose to run, but hey, also since we do have a thing, I should have actually used Enthrallment earlier. Not that this would have helped immensely, but, well, and Recluse might help. This character needs then 8 knowledge, so maybe I build knowledge instead. We would theoretically have... Okay, well, maybe we wear this as well. But theoretically, we would have 5 strength on top of our current knowledge. But I didn't know that, so maybe I'll do that during the Zectast run. What I will do is probably do the Custom Mysteries 3rd and 4th for the At the run. I was trying to decide which I wanted to do first, because I'm also showcasing 2 mysteries, not mine, ones that have been recently put up, because I think I've done 90% of custom mysteries available through the Discord server anyway. If you want it, I don't know. Actually, can I? Because I'm always confused with characters from certain websites. And I'm sure they would be allowed. I'm just very, very anxious about the thingamajiggy. The terms, I guess, as someone else next to me is also anxious, because, yeah, we're dealing with things right now, so unfortunately this guest has to stay with me, because otherwise it would be worse. In fact, it was kind of already worse, because the guest here, in their excitement, yanked my mouse away, and, I mean, it's not broken, but a mouse can only take so much before it breaks, so, computer mouse anyway. But yeah, no, the doggo's not worried. The doggo's just lonely because it'll get lonely around. If I leave and it's around other people around me as well, he'll start being, wanting for attention. So all I can do is swear by it that I'm not, you just have to take my word that nothing bad is happening to this dog. In fact, I mean, I don't know if I can actually show you. Well, I mean, at this point, I mean, you've seen this. This dog is the same one that you've seen on my tips video. So, yes, that wasn't a stock picture of a dog. That was a picture of our dog. So, yeah, let me see here. Oh, I need to get rid of the thingy. I have funds, right? I can't tell. I guess the technical downside to this character, which, I mean, you could make a quote-unquote gameplay mechanic. But yes, this dog is being treated well, and because they're being treated well, they get really lonely at times. I mean, they have actually other dog or dogs around them at times, so the problem is that we can't have the dog barking in other places as well at this current moment, so yeah. Did I actually take strength instead of knowledge? Well, funny enough, it might actually still be fine. We at least have Book of Gore to make up for things, but yes, that's also, I'm focusing on petting this dog with my foot. I think I've kind of trained the dog to do that, because I personally have an allergy for pets, especially if they've gone outside, but it really depends. When our dogs go outside, they're relatively, clean, so I can touch the dogs. I usually make sure to wash my hands, just as a precaution, but if I accidentally, rub my nose without thinking or do otherwise, I get allergies. That's part of the reason why I'm not going to say I hate cats, but that's part of the reason why I don't like cats as much, because obviously cats, even if they're inside cats, they'll do things around the house, and then I end up having allergies. But anywho. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I'm here. Also, this stuffed toy went away, but, well, it went to our storage, but I don't want to. No, not howls. No, our dogs are usually good about that. They usually stay quiet. When we ask them to be quiet, they can be quiet, as long as we, make sure that they're okay. So right now, basically, this dog wants to meet people, and we can't have them meet them because of, just reasons. I can't really say, because then, I don't want to say that much. Just know that the dog's okay. It's just, they're just lonely. Come here. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah. And you can hear him. You can even hear him through the mic. My mic is not, I'm still working with a kind of gimped setup. So if things get picked up by the mic, they get picked up by the mic. Also, I do need to cast Book of Gore once. Unfortunately, even with Masafumi. Wait. What? +1 damage? Does he no longer do this? Well, either way, we have to cast Book of Gore once regardless. And get cut arm sinew for our trouble, but thankfully that doesn't affect my sever damage. So yeah. And funny enough, I would like more animals around. It's just, one, obviously we don't have the resources to take care of more animals, and two, again, I have to be really careful. For me, specifically, because I have allergies. Funny, yeah, it's Fur allergies is something that I have to be cautious about. It's not a guaranteed oof, so if I go to someone's house, like, I don't have to be that cautious. I just do it as a precaution, if that makes sense. And then after that, we have my weird collection. And then after that is a matter of... Funny enough, insect bites are the things I'm most allergic... Well, insect bites for me affect me more than the average person. What I mean by that, if a bug bit me and a bump appears, it's usually bigger than how it would be if it bit someone else. Is that making sense? So, I don't know if that's still true now, but again, I don't want to take... Well, actually it is. The last time that happened, yeah, it was actually pretty bad. I won't get deathly sick, it's just more a... I guess my bodily response is a lot worse than other people's for that specifically, and the same thing for allergies. So I don't know. This is not scientific advice or advice from anyone who knows about the issue. I just know that that's what happens to me. So if anyone else is a doctor and listening to this, you can try to diagnose me. But again, nothing on this channel would be professional advice. So, and yeah, a similar thing happened, I think, earlier this week where I had this guest with me, and there's nothing I could do. Because if I weren't watching over, again, it's not like he doesn't like me. It's just that, when things are happening, I guess he also wants to know, but then he gets lonely. So the best I can be is to be here for him, because otherwise is just somewhere else. Now, and there's a specific reason he has to be here and not. Basically, this is the best solution. Also, I still have cut arm sinew going into mansion, so what's gonna happen is I do this. Yes, I have Book of Gore, but hey. Also, I was supposed to do one of the custom mysteries, but I guess I'll... You know what, funny enough, try to do it during Zictast. That's gonna be a bad decision, but... Because Zictast is already gonna be hard enough. Unfortunately. Let's go for experience here. Come here! So he keeps moving over towards the rest of the house, and the rest of the house is blocked off at the moment. And so because he can't go towards the rest of the house, he whines and he's sad that he can't... God, again, usually there's no problem. It's just that in this specific instance, he has to be around me and not anywhere else. Because otherwise, things could happen. Yeah, it's okay. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. It'll be okay. Come here. I have to run from this as well. I don't have to run from that, but that's a lot of reason damage, and I don't want to cast Book of Gore that many times. So, by the way, cut arm sinew is a major thing. Yes, it is. It's a major injury. And so now I'm also petting this dog while I'm playing through the game and doing the stream. So, yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Also, obviously, he doesn't understand the concept of streaming yet, so... Because I don't often have him around. I do say it sometimes, like he's around when I'm recording or streaming, but it's not frequent enough where he realizes I might be speaking to something else. Although, oddly enough, asking an animal to understand the concept of screaming is a heck of a thing itself. So, yeah. So let's do the Finish the Scoop of the Sunlit Shuttle. While I'm waiting here, I'll narrate through it once. Yeah, he's looking at me right now. Yeah, it's okay. I bet you that's what you really want, the attention. And that's why he's quieter now, until he walks away. Yet another case of missing persons in Shiokawa hits the front page of the local newspaper, catching her eye. The one common denominator, all the missing individuals were last seen boarding the city bus, only to never reach their destinations. The authorities refuse to comment on the situation, claiming a lack of evidence, but wild explanations are swirling through her head. Serial killer, Yakuza feuds, aliens. Determined to get to the bottom of the story, she begins her investigation. Unless I mess up. But catching random bousses, hoping to stumble upon a solution, seems like a fool's errand. She calms herself and studies the article, looking for more details surrounding the disappearances. But first, let's take care of these question mark... injuries? Do I even have enough funds, by the way? I'm gonna witch's tree once. Don't hurt me. Well, that's somewhat harmful, but we have to deal with it. So, get rid of this cut arm sinew. At least, I already grabbed painkillers. Well, what we're also gonna do then is visit the monument. Ask for funds. Nope. It's fine. We have Book of Gore, so we'll do our best. Still talking to him clearly? Yeah, it does. Because, I mean, yeah, it's not like... If he's alone, if this dog is alone, it becomes a thing. And obviously would never leave him alone in the house or alone in a room, I guess, so to say. So that would actually be the worst, so at least I'm here for him. The latest article glosses over the specifics, but references previous incidents. It might be worthwhile to establish the scale and general timeline of incidents. The local library should keep all issues of the newspapers in its archive, allowing her to compile a base of all known cases. Hopefully that'll open up new leads. New leads. But yeah, Book of Gore, we should be okay. Although, I'm surprised, you know what, I'm going to use the monument again. Ask for stamina, please, or that. It's fine. Her search reveals that the first reported case occurred nearly a month ago. Since then, several more have followed, catapulting the story to the front pages. All the articles, sensational yet scant on detail, leave her with more questions than answers. Perhaps the local newspaper that first broke the story will provide more tangible information. I also don't have water next to me, so now I'm just going to be doing this stream without water, I guess. She arrives at the office of Shiokawa Chismis Chronicles, a local tabloid that has been covering the story. She manages to arrange a meeting with the journalists, hopeful that they might reveal facts omitted from their published story. So let's move on. With Masafumi by her side, the journalist, Hina Arakita, is impatient. Look, I agreed to meet you because I thought you knew something, not to answer your questions. I can't just be giving up my sources to anyone who walks in here from the street. And as far as I know, the person made all of this art themselves. So it's kind of readily apparent because they've also, you know, I look at the lines that a person draws for art for their mysteries or events, and it's really readily apparent how things may be done. So, anywho, credit where credit is due. Again, I'm not going to name drop also folklore studies, but appeal to the sense of duty. For a charisma 10 roll, so it didn't matter, but she tries to appeal to her journalistic integrity, but she scoffs at her naivety? I can't pronounce that word for some reason. Still, her grandstanding seems to have touched her conscience, because she at least gives the list of involved bus routes. Though she can't shake the feeling, it's more out of pity than any real belief in her ability to solve the mystery. Promising to share any future discoveries, she leaves the newspaper office with more details and insights regarding the missing cases. Equipped with this new data, she decides to hit the library again and process everything she has learned so far in the school library. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. Fact-checking. Journalist notes. Yeah, unfortunately I didn't pass any of them. She sits down in the library, hoping to make heads or tails of all the information she's collected so far. Ignoring weird looks from other library visitors, she empties her bag and sets up all the documents and notes found in front of her on the desk. Good thing there's a coffee machine here. Look for common patterns because there's nothing else to do. Hey, perception. Unfortunately, I think there is hold up. After quickly pinpointing some common points and eliminating redundancies between the few confirmed cases, the clear pattern emerges. While the alleged victims seem to have no direct link to one another, the various buses and stops involved seem to share certain common characteristics. Just making sure there's nothing, because you are capable of doing some custom things, I guess we'll just say, but I actually haven't looked into it myself, so we'll see. It appears that all the disappearances occurred on the long daily routes, westbound or eastbound of Shiokawa, on sunny days exclusively. Having settled on the next likely affected route and schedule, she prepares to embark on the journey herself, and I think we still have the thing where, well, I mean, there hasn't been any new version updates, so forced custom events don't increase doom, am I right? If I recall correctly. Also, we're not fighting this. We could with the Book of Gore, but no. At an early stop of a bus route that matches the pattern, the scene is nearly deserted. Only a few passengers, silhouettes against sunlight, stand waiting, lost in their own routines. She waits for the next bus to arrive. Also BGM as well. Cool. Bus ride 1. She boards the bus, taking an empty seat. At first, she keeps her guard, but as stop by stop the route goes through familiar streets without incidents, she relaxes. With the engine's rhythmic hum and warm evening sun on her face, she can't help but slowly drift away. Fall asleep. Putting all the horrors out of her mind for a moment, she quickly finds herself falling asleep. She jolts awake from a dreamless nap, disoriented and uncertain where she is or how much time has passed. In a brief moment of panic, she looks out the window to see the streets swiftly passing by. What's going on? The sun is still shining, even brighter than before, but for some reason its harsh glare no longer feels warm on her skin. She can't quite recognize Shiokawa. Strange buildings cast long, dark shadows on the desolate streets. A chill runs down her spine as she turns her gaze away from the window, the once familiar city now feeling alien and foreboding. It seems the other passengers are gone. She's all alone. As she ponders her options, she suddenly feels a hand on her shoulder. A figure in the familiar uniform of a ticket inspector stands looming beside her, cold sun rays obscuring most of his face except the silhouette. Here's the ticket, by the way. Look at that dexterity success. She rummages through her bag, feeling the scrutinous gaze from beneath the shadow of his cap. For a brief moment, she can't find the bus pass, but she quickly locates it tucked between some newspaper pages. Relieved, she passes it to him. So, by the way, as I sell these library notes really quickly, apparently, from what I hear, you can keep looping events within events, and that can lead into interesting developments that you can do for your custom mysteries. So, if I'm wrong, correct me, but just know that that is an option. When she offers him the bus pass, he doesn't react at first, as if uncertain what to do. Then after a brief pause, he snatches it from her hand and inspects it closely. Hey, yo, what about these disappearances, though? As she shields her eyes from the blinding sun, she begins to formulate a question, trying to discern the conductor's features. When her eyes adjust to the light and pierce the shadow of his cap, she finally sees his face. She jumps to her feet in terror. Well, under the cold light, the conductor's face warps and contorts grotesquely, a mocking mimicry of a human form. Hello, 3 reason damage. She missed her stop, by the way. So, Eldritch enemy, but that makes sense, because if it wasn't an Eldritch enemy, you know bad things happen. So, I would highly advise, if possible, make your enemies Eldritch in nature, but if they're not like bosses, like this, even if this isn't a boss, like, near the end of the mystery, you expect a fight, so I would highly suggest you make your enemies Eldritch enemies. But without further ado, nothing much we want to do here. We can't even fit as strong, so here we go. We can send Masafumi if we need to break a threshold, but until then... Oh, that's right, we have Blood Frenzy as well. That's why I'm taking so much damage. So, abdominal cut, and I think there's something else, right? Am I on... No, I'm not. Why did I take an injury? Did I have hasty aid? Please tell me I had hasty aid. Tasty aid. And away the guest goes. He's back. He's back. Hello. What? How did I die? Well, hey, did I not brace? I might not have braced. Or might not have healed. Either or. Well, we'll try that next time, because we're going into Zakas, so we will be definitely trying it again. But first things first, set everything up. Oh, my face. Ah, my face hurts too. So it's a mix of a lot of things, but into Zectast we go. Zectast, exquisite taste, character exclusive, pain. You know, I could go for a big chainsaw play, but that I don't feel... Well, you know what? Why not? Strength, dexterity, second knowledge, and maybe light source? Well, we'll see what I can do. So, without further ado, let's set everything to their proper place. Now, not setting Monument might be a bad decision. I had Book of Gore, there was no reason for me to lose there, but we'll do what we can. So I'll use these notes regardless. Grow teeth. It's the bare minimum. If I don't... Well, actually, I should check now. I already sold the notes, but I'm going to check anyway. So let's find out. Did I actually... I didn't even see if I got the rumor because I was thinking about something else, but Recluse is, unfortunately, if this is Replica? Oh no, Shuttle. Shuttle will save for last, so Shuttle will be replacing Coma here. Nails and Mermaids, though, as well. So, Scissors into Recluse, that's just... If your timeline is random or B, you do Scissors into Recluse. Just trust me on it. Unless you forget how to do the... Unless you forget that the ritual... You can learn the ritual in Timeline B Scissors, which we are not on, so... Instead, what we're gonna do is throw this bat at the Scissor Lady, or hope. Nonetheless, if we have to, we'll run from any enemy but the Scissor Lady, but I don't think we get the chance to. So let's find out. Why do I keep thinking I must be making a mistake? Which one is perception? Or unless the other one is strength. But either way, curse signs are not so bad at the moment, but what will be bad is what happens if I don't... Okay, I really don't want this to be the thing, but I don't think I can take the stamina damage, so... Oh, yeah, we're trading reason for stamina, and hopefully we lose more stamina, because a lot more often than not, you're taking stamina damage. Well, for me at least. Like so. So, yeah, let's just do this and get out. Because the Scissor Lady does all damage, so it almost... Well, not that... It doesn't not matter, but... I'd be a lot better with 9 stamina, 9 reason than 12 stamina, 6 reason. Does that make any sense? So, have I tried to explain myself is the more accurate thing to say. I guess we'll live with 9 max stamina. I think the Demon Mask, re-equipping it used to be a bug where your max stamina is just lowered, but I think if you unequip it now... Well, I guess we'll find out later. So, we'll just eat damage to the face. I think we throw the Wind Bat now and we're perfectly fine. Yeah, we're perfectly fine. So, we'll test things out. But we definitely want these scissors because if nothing else, this character is knowledge-based. So, being able to attack boost 3 times and to attack twice a turn is nice. What's not nice is that time skip pushing us closer, but let me just do a thing. Okay, so it does revert your max stamina, so you can switch when needed. Which we will do later on. If I want to take Recluse now. No, I want to level up my knowledge first. So, let's take Nails now, and let's use the police station. School Mansion. And I was just in school. Well, either way, this will save me more on Doom. Did I have... No, I don't have Household Hell. So... I should set things to school? Please tell me I guessed this right. But regardless, I think for the end of this, I will also still use the box cutters. I think that's still for the best. But we do want to rush this a bit, because otherwise, yeah. Yeah, so all I can do is base my... Or to try and know what my stats are is to go into a check with either knowledge or charisma and then do them. Otherwise, I could just look at the character file to at least understand what this character's base knowledge and or charisma is, but it's fine. I mean, it really is fine. So let's let them heal reason. Let's take more stamina damage. This is not looking good for Recluse, by the way, but I don't think I have a choice. I don't even think I even get to the boss before my reason goes under again. So really, all I'm really doing is increasing my reason as much as possible. Now, this encounter is not something I want to fight. And I don't even get the choice to choose. So, yeah, we're not fighting this. And with that said, right before the... I think there's one school... I think the last investigation is a school investigation, if I don't recall. Oh, never mind, it's a hospital investigation, so into Recluse I go with relatively 6 reason. I do want to arrest this guy, so let's see. I probably should have equipped box cutters. I did this more for giggles. So, yeah. What do I want to do? It's not great. I should have equipped box cutters. I knew better, I just wanted to see for sure, but... Now, after a certain point, I could gamble on a 55. I guess I might as well. And we thankfully get out just fine. However, if we don't get folklore studies, then we just take whatever we see. Hopefully my charisma's high, because otherwise I'm going to zero stat to Zectast, because I don't think I remember... Yeah, I definitely don't remember my charisma value. But nonetheless, we need to enter Recluse regardless, because otherwise we're going to be in trouble. If I had leadership in that last level up, or on my first level up, I maybe should have taken that, but we'll see what happens. So yeah, nothing much more to say about the stats. I'll still lament them from time to time, but they are what they are. So you do probably want to run knowledge. You can run chainsaw if you're feeling lucky. But otherwise, again, running the usual weapons Save for Carpenter Hammer, I think, is one of the few exceptions here. Because I think you need a threshold of 5 strength to do prep attack, if I recall correctly. If not, let me know. Because I thought its base speed was 75. But other than that, again, Monkey Wrench is the Monkey Wrench. Heavy Duty Flashlight is a knowledge weapon as well, but we're on Zektas, so I'm less inclined to buy a weapon on Zektas, but if you need to, you have to. And I'm more willing to do so if, say, the character doesn't have a lot of ZST to make up for. By ZST, I mean stats to increase number-wise to survive 84% Doom on Zektas. Now, that doesn't include any injuries and whatnot, but you kind of get the point of what I'm trying to say by now, so hopefully. So let's take 6 reason damage. That's more than fair enough, because sometimes they're taking -2 all damage twice, so that's HP-wise worse, but obviously if you're gonna die to reason, you have to do reason things, so just to be safe, I'm going to take leadership while increasing... Well, I could increase anything else. You know what? I'm going to do this instead. Again, I don't know what my current charisma level is at. Alternatively, I could have healed a reason, because 5 reason is not high by any means. High. We'll have to see when I run to a charisma check. In before a smoke break during a run, trust me, I would... Well, one thing I would have done is, if I didn't have to concentrate on deduction or leadership, I would probably take... Funny enough, I want to fight this. This actually may do less damage to me. Even if it's doing 3 reason right now, I might be taking an extra point of damage, but at least we get experience from it, if that makes any sense. We also get... Yeah, we get a lot more experience. So, away I go. I want to rest. I'm on my 4th mystery. There's no reason I shouldn't rest, unless I'm on fetid fumes. If I am. But otherwise, since I know I've increased strength, I know I'm fine for a little bit. I still don't want to increase my Doom too much, but hey. Yeah, and so as I said, reason penalty, I think, if I recall from my own event of the day, because I did go over school bathroom already, you lose 1 reason, but 2 reason if you have the threat level increase. So, Toilet Ghost, if you can reliably 2-turn, because I know I did 5 sever damage. On the first mystery, you can definitely take it, because you get hit only once. Now, maybe 2 reason damage, but again, you get a lot of experience, even if you don't banish the Toilet Ghost, if that makes any sense. Hey, you want to come here? I can pet you. Now, do I want to burn the school? Is the question here. I want to visit the History Club once. Nope, nothing. So, yeah, let's go ahead and equip this Demon Mask. That does 1 stamina damage to me, but I want to see. And that gives me nothing, that's right. I should have just taken the funds. I don't know why I did that. So the thing that... Well, no, I won't talk about that. So, let's move on. I still have these box cutters, by the way, but I'm saving them for Shuttle. Now, I could just eat 4 stamina damage to the face as well, but... Don't know if I want to do that. Let me think. Because if I had handcuffs, I could justify this somewhat. Because the axe sells for 2 funds at base, so... If nothing else, it would grant me a pack of cigarettes, but... I don't think I get that luxury. I do have... I can grab painkillers, so you know, yeah, we're just gonna do this. Because we have access to the town during Shuttle, so it should be fine for the moment. Now, roads are closed, but... It should still be okay. Hopefully we get some... I don't think there's anything much else to the perks, because I have Amateur Detective and the Occult one. So I'm going to hope I have enough Charisma, because now I want to take Strength. And away into Shuttle we go. So I'll re-narrate if we get to a new part of the mystery. Sorry. But until then, oh my goodness. Well, out of funds isn't bad either at the moment. Especially with the Demon Mask on our face. So, now that being said, we are taking 5 damage, but if we do this 80-80, or 90-80, sorry. Let's go for it. Nope, missed the 90. I hit the 80. But the chance of that happening was actually not high, so I don't understand. Goodness gracious. I think we still have, yeah, we have roads closed, but we still have rests, or base rests available. 3 doom for 2 reason and 2 stamina. But let's just equip the box cutter now. Why am I even taking a risk? So, we do have folklore studies, so offer another story from folklore studies. Hey, failure, question mark? Bye. Nothing much else to do there. So again, I haven't looked at any of these mysteries. I've literally just pulled them out. And now doom increases by 3 because after hours of sifting through timetables and cross-referencing maps with a few confirmed cases, a pattern begins to slowly emerge. While the alleged victims seem to have no direct link to one another, common characteristics are seen. So yeah. Again, so yeah, I pulled these mysteries out directly from the repository, so if there's anything that may or may not be working, or if anything crashes, I promise you it's just me. But stay awake for now. With a 1 strength roll. Remembering why she's here, she jumps back to consciousness. It costs her a lot of effort, but she manages to stay awake. The feeling of sleepiness eventually passes, and she continues the ride. Happens uneventfully. Passengers come and go. Each stop is ordinary as the last. She waits for a sign of anything suspicious, paranormal or otherwise, but nothing happens. After an hour, she's bored out of her mind. At least the sun got overcast. She's no longer sleepy. 6 doom, something changed. As the ride reaches a final stop and she steps off the bus, stretching her legs, she can't hide her frustration at all the time she's wasted. Despite following all the leads, the whole vanishing affair turned out to be a wild goose chase. But knowing from the other reality we're in, yeah, uneventful ride. Yet deep inside, she still feels an odd sense of relief, almost as if she's managed to avoid something terrible happening to her. Convinced not to believe the tabloids any longer, she goes home on foot, ending C. So yeah, again, we have about 2 more characters, so we're on good time to explore the mystery or mysteries in total, but we should be okay here. Unless we're about to run out of charisma, but I can't see my charisma, so we'll just boldly ascend this staircase and move on. Yeah. Again, something is happening, but this dog cannot be out while the thing outside is happening, so yeah, you have to stay here. You have to stay here, boy. Look at you. I'm dead, by the way. My weird collection, please, and stamina. Into stamina. I mean, we're on Zektas, so I don't really have a choice. But first, I fought some. Yeah, because I got the box cutters before the scissor woman, so it has to be scissor lady. Unless I fought 3 encounters, which is possible. But then we lose stamina again, so I guess just expire at the lighthouse. But yeah, that character it's balanced enough, let's just say that much. Having any items, especially if they're not harmful, at least grants us funds to buy something, but the flashlight is much needed when the lighthouse asks for a light source, and the lucky earrings are a nice boost. So yeah, anywho, we'll move on. So in this version, for this character, we'll do both custom mysteries and suffer, I guess, because it'll depend. So I did take a look at the stats here. I'll make it a point, and I think we only start with the police revolver. Skin removals from Ath. Ah, my face. But yeah, 3 strength, 4 dexterity, 3 perception, 4 knowledge, 3 charisma. Hey, we'll deal with it. We do start with a weapon. It's not the greatest, but we'll try to work with the illegal den, sorry. And see what happens to us. I don't remember if there's a thing, but we'll take away the shadows on his face. Before we move on, again, wherever the custom mysteries are, we have to replace. So, yeah, we replaced Flood and Akamanto, but that means my Doom is going to be probably a little higher. Festival, Arms, Hell. I could take Festival now for allies. I have to pet this dog, but I would like to level up before Arms, so I'm going to take Household Hell instead first. I am going to pop into the History Club, but if we don't find anything, yeah. Winging it is a double-edged sword. If you believe in your luck, fine. If not, it's not as great. And we will visit the hardware store now, or sorry, Illegal Den, in hopes that we find something more than nothing. Unfortunately, we don't, so I'm just going to sit here until we find a weapon. And that's going to have to be our weapon. So, we'll prepare. While we have it open, it's still better than out of funds, usually. We'll visit the monument once and move on. So, yeah, I said I was just going to go with the police revolver. Here I am grabbing the army knife, because now that I look at it, we really want a damage increase before, because even with this equipped, we have 71 speed attacks. And if that's the case, I would rather just do like a prep strong with the army knife. So, for more reliable damage, because I could go for 3 attacks. I'm probably not going to hit all 3, so the best I can do is prep attack, but if I'm going to go for 6 damage, I might as well guarantee 7 with the army knife. Now, it costs more doom, that much I will say, but I'm going to swerve a bit here. I'm going to swerve. So, that being said, with our stats as low as they are, I also should have set the police station to the mansion. I just saw that the mansion was at max threat level, but too late, we're stuck. So this is going to hurt. This is going to hurt a lot. We have 2 custom mysteries, so the saving grace is that as long as there are no forced events that increase doom, theoretically speaking, our doom can be lower. But from a balance perspective, I would say probably add innate doom to some events in custom mysteries until doom properly increases during forced events. But what do I want to do here? I guess I'll go for this. I'm at 13 reason. Let's take a little bit of a gamble. But then afterward, we do prep strong just to guarantee a 3 turn. Because we don't get much more. So, this mansion, I need to get out because my doom is increasing by 2 every time I'm here. The smoke candle is nice, and you know what? Yeah, we're gonna do it. Because we get to immediately, definitely prep attack. Actually, with the police revolver, we don't even get to. But, anywho, we're out of that mystery. No bath, but we'll deal with it. That's a lot of HP to lose, by the way, but when it happens, deal with it. And into Festival we go, just to get a little bit of healing done. Or if nothing else, try to play it a bit safer as we visit this festival and look for an ally. But anywho, that could cost 1 to 2% doom and I still wouldn't care. Like, you have to... Investigating an event is a grab bag where most of the time it's to your favor anyway, funny enough, but sadness can happen. So, 3 stamina damage. Do I want to eat this in the face? I could alternatively run. I can only run so many times, though. 8 HP. You know what? Let's go for it. Let's hope we hit all of these. Actually, I should have done a different... Oh, or I could just miss 2 70% in a row. But I hate fast weapons. I'm actually just going to run now. So we're not going to deal with that. I often don't do that, but sometimes you just have to eat your losses and then run, so... Now that being said, I forgot this character had 1 luck. But we'll move on. 2 reason, and yeah, let's get out of this. Let's get out of this mystery. If we're on Timeline B, though, we have to spend more doom, but so be it. Now, what's going to happen is that in ARMS, we're not going to be in a fun time if we're on Timeline B, but... Again, nothing much more I can do about that. Because we probably can't do a lot of damage to the priest, so... Away we go. So, what do we level up into? I know we have Survival Instinct and Winging It. We also have Amateur Detective, but unfortunately, I would rather take Survival Instinct. We did lose Bath, but I don't want to... I need stats right now, so I'm taking Strength for the purposes of bracing later on. But at the end of ARMS, I think we'll re-equip the Army Knife, because it's not like we can run from the boss of Timeline B ARMS. Now that I say that, though, what else? Max threat level village and mansion? Alright. We'll set things to the mansion, because I may or may not have them. Again, the 2 custom mysteries, I don't know their locations for sure, even though I just did shuttle, but... We'll just play it safe. Because usually you're visiting the mansion more than you are visiting the village. Now, am I even going to survive? Let's see what timeline we're on. 3 charisma. Nonetheless, I need to lose reason instead. And yeah, let's just rest twice here. For the purposes of surviving. Also really petting this dog. But anywho. We'll get to these apartments. And yeah, let's continue onward. But yeah, having a low stat, this means Zektas is also going to be a heck of a mystery, or a heck of a god to fight against. Because our strength is at 3, so that's 2, 3, 5, 6, 8. You have 8 ZST to make up for this character, and yeah, Zektas events could make you lucky, but deduction is one of the saving graces for this character, but it's not the best. Also, what do we get here? 12? So we actually need to do 8 damage this turn. If we want to fight this correctly anyway. So, now we do Desperate Struggle, 2 attack boost into an attack. And this should be guaranteed. And let's see what Fate has in store, because if it's Timeline B boss, then we fight. But we're in Timeline A, so it's fine. For now. No dog shop, thankfully doesn't matter. We still lost Bath. And into, I guess, Replica we'll go, just to at least get something going. So, Refulgent Rebirth of a Recherche Replica. And if there's something I need to censor, then I've completely forgot. But I think I remember this one, because I remember playing this and being like, oh, this is what sparked my idea to do a featuring mystery stream. But anywho, a kind of doll handicraft appears on the shelves, being extremely delicate, and it can be customized to look exactly like the buyer. They have spread a fashion trend through the town. I think the person who made this is not a native English speaker too, so props out to actually making an English translation. Even if I can't remember, but basically putting the work in to translate into any language is an effort. I don't care. I have to give a round of applause. So it feels just like the next day when dolls are everywhere in Shiokawa. Stores are now crowded with people trying to buy a doll that mimics their faces. So even small things like, again, even if, say, the person didn't know any English, just small little design things like keeping Shiokawa in all caps is something that's very important to at least the immersion. I mean, you don't have to, but it's something the game often does, so it would help to follow the same design philosophies. At the same time, you can do anything you want if it's fun for you or immerses you, but I'm just giving some advice as to what you can and can choose not to do. But anyway, as time goes by, the trend didn't fade away, but somehow became even more popular. People hang dolls in their bags, place them at home, and even treat them as new family members. However, rumors have also started spreading. Strange things start happening to the doll collectors. Before investigating anything, it could be a good idea to first check the beginning of all the rumors. The first store bringing these dolls is right on the commercial street, crowded all day long. If he wants to observe them, there's no better place to go, though he'll have to wait behind this dog that I have to pet, because I have to call him back and pet him to know that, everything's okay. Gosh, anywho, the little store was crowded with people. He struggled to squeeze through the crowd, but somehow ended up in front of the checkout counter. The steward's costume looked even more exquisite than those of the products, but was wearing a mask with no face, reminding him of a large, life-size doll. She turned to him, questioning without a word. Hey, let's take this random doll. Little doll, look at it. 3 experience investigating, plus 1 doom of investigating. He took a little doll with strings from the nearby shelf and handed it to the steward. I forgot if that takes effect. I'll have to keep a lookout. She nodded. After paying, she carefully put it into a small bag. This is a pendant doll. The thin voice came from under the mask. He felt like she was smiling. A little witness. If you like it, feel free to come again after the tailing. Bye. Tell me it's nice. Yeah, usually I make a good enough check, and people are good about labeling NSFW, which is why I may not have played certain characters, so don't take it the wrong way if I don't. But anyway, girls in local high school dress their dolls carefully at home and take them to class. The school nurse soon noticed that, that their grades and physical fitness began to decline, and the number of people visiting the infirmary suffering from unexplained dizziness were surging. The school quickly issued a ban and confiscated the dolls that were brought in, but he knows that some students are still secretly bringing them to school, and so therefore, let's look in this classroom. And get a curse. I didn't actually check. So, let's find out. A girl tells him that her family doesn't want the dolls either. Such prohibition came from the elders who live in the suburbs. They seem to be terrified of the dolls and don't allow their children working in the city getting close to them. What they know piques his interest. It's time to pay a visit to this max threat level village. But yeah, anywho. You know what? Why not? Well, pain. Missing property notices are posted on the streets. People who keep the dolls as decorations on shelves start to find them disappearing, but until now, no trace of the lost items or thieves have been found. All that was left at the scene were some threads being cut off. He managed to get his hands on some of them. They looked nothing special. After a long, fruitless investigation, he thought of that store again. Although I will probably need to be better healed for what's about to happen to my face. So away we go. 84, 85, 90, yeah. So, anywho, moving on. Just keeping track of something. Almost as soon as he steps inside, he starts to regret it. The once crowded store only has one customer today. These threads, they are indeed important, being almost the life of a doll. The steward's voice is as thin as before. He's curious as to how she sees through that mask. They're placed carefully inside the doll and should not be exposed unless under brute force. Life? He kept asking her what the thread actually is. After a while, just when he's about to give up, she suddenly spoke. If you really intend to know, dearest guest, the threads carry the doll's spirit. The threads make them understand their owners. The threads are dolls themselves. He wasn't sure if he understood what she meant, but he felt something unspeakable in her words and shuddered, with -1 reason loss, following the trails. With a clear goal, he still couldn't find anything, but what would he expect? After all, those threads are too easy to ignore. The sun was setting. He turned into an alley leading to his apartment, but suddenly he saw some hair hanging from the wall beside the road. Looking closer, they seemed slightly thinner than normal hair. They're the threads that he's been looking for. Hey, reach out. Just as he reached towards the pile of thread, it started trembling. He suddenly noticed that such threads seemed to be everywhere in the alley. Well, prepare ourselves. I think that's not the right story. He hears strange noises all around. Noises gather, appearing in front. Hello! It's a puppet pile. 23 HP, -2 all. So, pain, please. Yeah, this army knife is arguably better. It's not, yeah, obviously it's not guaranteed, but hey, I'll take this over pain. So, I think we're just gonna guarantee next turn. However, Shuttle, no, I almost said Recluse. Shuttle is gonna be a heck of a thing. Why did I do that, by the way? It's fine. Some sort of amnesia is spreading, with more and more people reporting that they wake up suddenly in the afternoon or night and lose all memories of the day. Not only that, article titled "Dolls Move on Their Own" was published on tabloids. The driver interviewed said that he drove near the hospital every night. He could see dolls walking around on their own. Is it really possible? He decides to vigil nearby to see this incredible sight with his own eyes. Ah! So let's level up and put things into strength. I'm trying to reach out to this dog that's being sad. No, don't be sad, dog. Ah. Decline. Water is dangerous for dolls, states the maintenance instruction, so since the trend of dolls rise, not many people have gone to the seaside. But now he's followed traces of those stiff figures all the way to the bulwark near the pier. The tide is rising. What are the dolls doing here? Where do they go? Are those things still dolls? Well, let's go find out. But first we'll take this eldritch statue home, because it's cool. A neighbor who came back from the countryside told him that some of the old people's houses in the village have recently become empty. He knew they would never just leave their ancestral homes, but judging from the last visit, it was unlikely that they would die suddenly due to the health problems. What exactly happened? Did they really move out, or spooky things? Empty house? He had just visited this place a few days ago and had been impressed by its sturdy owner. As for now, although its appearance seems unchanged, he can still feel the strange, desolate atmosphere. Rather than leaving, he suspects that the old man has actually vanished from here. There's an old-style padlock on the gate. The walls of the yard don't look very high. Time to find a way in. Pick the lock. Fail a 10 roll on perception. He tried to pick the lock in the way. Pick the lock that was in the way. In the same way he saw in movies and novels, tinkering with pins, but to no avail. Suddenly, footsteps appeared behind him. Someone's coming! His hands twitched and the lock just popped open with a crisp sound. He quickly opened the gate and ran to the yard, hoping they wouldn't follow him in, as doom increases by 2. He finally entered the house only to see a total mess. Sticky stains splashed all over the floor, furniture knocked over, and the paper interior walls brutally torn apart. He can't even tell what caused such a mess here. Although no corpses can be found, he still can't stop thinking about what happened to the old man. What happened to the old man? Now, what can he do? Look under the trails? He looked closely at the black stains that looked like snakes. It appeared to emerge from a crack in the floor, tearing through walls, destroying furniture, and attacking the homeowner. As the investigation ends, he suddenly starts to sweat, knees weak, arms are not ready. Not only due to exertion, but also because he saw those familiar threads in the cracks and stains. He took some notes, which may help him when he was facing them again. For 15 experience, and to lower doom by 3. It's early in the morning. Once again he saw those dolls appearing from nowhere, and a dog is sniffing next to me, heading towards the pier. Apart from the complete silence, they were no different from a real crowd. Their mound has grown. Wherever their destination is, the one who created them must also be there. Carefully keeping distance, he eventually finds himself back on the bulwark again. No, not the spaghetti. I like making spaghetti though. Below the wave breaker. Those puppets disappeared under the bulwark into a deep crack. There were at least 100 of them. Did they all go in? He suddenly feels waves of dizziness. A vague desire stirs up a mess in his mind. Go in, go down, look into that crack, but take out the little doll first. No, this is not right. He shouldn't lose control like this. He remembered the pendant doll he bought, but when he took it out, what's in front of him was almost recognizable. The tiny body is covered with that mysterious thread in that tightened face. Does it look like him before? He quickly tore the threads off, and the strange calling disappeared. He regained control of his body. He stepped carefully into the darkness beneath the crack. Although it felt pitch black, he somehow didn't slip. The echoing footsteps of the puppets suddenly stopped, and a dim light came from behind the corner in front. He lowered his body and walked around the corner, carefully peeked behind. In the deepest cave, countless puppets stood in a dense formation around a figure. Threads stretched out from the joints of them, twisted into long strings, thick as fingers, and connected to the gorgeously dressed figure in the center. It's the steward! The hair is trembling. The puppets started breaking into parts on the ground. She seems to be transforming! To stop this, he only has one choice. Does he? Well, I don't really get a say in the matter, so let's raise our army knives and rush out of cover as he starts tearing and cutting the threads with the army knife. In the snapping sounds, the steward screams and turns sharply in his direction. What is this? How could he ever be a Before she finished, the thread suddenly rolled back, wrapping her up. The puppeteer struggled, roaring in anger and panic. He seemed to have interrupted the ritual and turned her into this incomplete form. Still being terrified, he feels a bit relieved at this moment, but not when this fading puppeteer fights with 39 HP and -4 all damage. So hey, welcome to pain, as a dog sniffs in the background. Yeah, it's okay, I'm here. Yeah, whenever I stop petting him, or I can't pet him for whatever reason, or I stop, basically stop, he wanders back over towards the event that's happening around me, and yeah, he's like, let me meet people, and we're like, no, you can't meet people, no, because there's something important happening. Anywho, let's see here. I don't know if I have a way out, actually. I think I just have to throw the Hail Mary, and if not, try to dodge. Can I even dodge into anything? Kind of. But then I have to hit a 50-65. And that doesn't look right. So, without further ado, on a non-Harbinger difficulty, obviously this fight is much more trivial. But, unfortunately, I don't get to choose that. So, don't worry, I'll be doing it more as, well, one, if I survive this, you'll see Shuttle, and two, there's another character waiting after this anyway, so let us find out. So, what do I do here? I guess I gamble on 55. Do I want to gamble on 50? I can't brace into anything, that's for sure. So, I mean, I know, obviously, aside from not cheese strats, but Ito2 Flame strats, because here, funny enough, Ito2 Flame here is a lot better. But a lot of things become better when the fight takes theoretically longer, or it does so much all damage. Come here, yeah, come here, yeah. I pet you, I pet you. I'm here, I'm with you. But yeah, I don't really have much of a choice, so we'll do this. And get nothing for it. And yeah, we have to dodge. There's no way we're doing a turn that deals enough damage to get out. So we gamble on the 50-65. It is a very good boss design, don't get me wrong. It's very good. We did dodge the attack, we also missed an attack, so go for it again. Okay, well, just need to do this 2 more times. Is this the day when I don't even need the iron? No, it's not. No, it's not. So without further ado, we're gonna do Zectast on this character because I hate myself. No, not really. That's just a joke. Don't take it seriously, robots. Please don't hurt me. But anywho, funny enough though, we could run into a backstory we like. Now, will it happen? Maybe, maybe not. But until then, Zectast. We could also do Shuttle, and yeah, you know what? In the sake of giggles here, well, never mind. We have Fatalist. Actually, doesn't Fatalist break, or don't custom mysteries take precedence over Fatalist? So let's find out. But there's no, well, we do start with the weapon. It's not the best weapon, but Charisma, Takshi's Strength, Dexterity, second. For immersion's sake, I do like the character, but unfortunately, we're on Harbinger's Zectast, which is probably one of this character's worst combinations to be in. On top of Fatalist, so I don't even get the chance to choose a mystery that may have a weapon. But in the interest of actually showcasing these mysteries more than not at all, let's do Shuttle first, and then do... I forgot the name. I'm sorry. So anywho, I've already narrated over it, so I'm not going to do that again. But actually, is that custom made? Is that customized, by the way? The thing over here, is this customized, or has this always been here? Why do I feel like... Because I feel like there you could... Yeah, you could, right? Anywho, I'm forgetting. Moving on. But as we wait for this part guest to scare us, yeah, there's a lot you can do with mysteries already, and there's still more, well, supposedly to come, but just know, even if we were to wait 6 to 12 months, and part of this might sound a bit odd, but I mean, assuming that, you know, until we have a lot of custom mysteries, there's still a lot to bite into with custom mysteries, custom events aside as well, but yeah, because custom events are more the, how should I say? By the way, we've never gotten these yet, so I'll do this. Evidence. These notes include all details of mysterious disappearances, including names, dates, and Arakida's own thoughts on the matter. But yeah, events do change the balance to a vast degree. But then mysteries are the big shebang. So events are your test, and mysteries are, you know, you can make a whole thing. So, without further ado, it is nice to know that you only need a thing, and we've seen this in the other mystery as well, where as long as the name matches, you can make custom things happen. So, say for a certain character, if you allow them to get, say, a thing here, and you have an ally with you, specifically a sibling, you can cause different things to happen in the mystery. So, again, I think there's a lot of untapped potential in mysteries that I'm still trying to tap into myself, but hey, let's research some of the theories. We get Doom, but a lot of experience. One of the sources Arakida consulted warns about the dangers of dissociation during passive locomotion, while another blames the disappearances on quantum phenomena. Following these theories, he finds himself lost in the obscure products of academia for the next few hours, before snapping back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity and the cases themselves! Anywho, it appears that all the disappearances occurred on the long daily routes, westbound or eastbound of Shiokawa. Yeah, that's right, I read that already. But anywho, less than 10 words explanation, there's a lot of untapped potential. Also, we have 1 luck. Why do I keep forgetting? Goodness. I will humor this encounter but I swear, I don't think it's going to be a good time for me. So, without further ado, hello. Oh, that's right, we have the thing. Opting for silence, he averts his gaze and focuses on his feet. He remains still for an awkwardly long moment before finally handing back the pass. Without a word, he turns around and shuffles away. The quiet of the bus envelops him once more, a stark reminder that there's still a long way to go. He'd better get comfortable with this mind wipe. No, we're not. Anyway, one stop too far, too late. Though things are not always what they seem, but perhaps it's better not to look too closely. I was supposed to do the other one. I accidentally clicked into the other ending, but hey, we have another character to do it as, so the ride continues with no further interruptions, and an odd sense of complete detachment starts gripping his mind. Everything starts gripping his mind! But then the bus stops. Introducing a little anarchy, despite feeling queasy and lightheaded, something deep inside urges him to stand up and stumble through the door just before it closes. As the door closes and the bus departs, he sits down on the bench, confused, but strangely relieved. The sense of the feeling is gone as he shares some chocolate with the guy who has a box of them, and the familiar landmarks of Shiokawa boost his spirits. He's not even quite sure why he boarded the bus, but as this dog leans up against the wall next to me, the man remembers, wasn't he supposed to go somewhere? Oh well, time to go home. He wonders if the same bus goes the other way. Ending B. And I forgot really quickly. I should test it out, but because I'm going to forget, I might as well just put this out there. If for no one else, then people themselves, or me. But Knight Errant does affect us here, right? If we had Knight Errant active. Also, why did I do that? But it's fine. And we'll immediately go into Replica. That's what I call it. Refulgent rebirth of a recursive replica. I can't pronounce things correctly, says a native English speaker, but yeah, we'll move on. Although I am curious, I am still gonna fight this boss, so we'll take the doll. Hey, look at it, and move on. Hold on. I am gonna go through the game. Just let me be silent for a moment because my nose. It's not even allergy season because I think what is it? It might be snowing where you are. It might not be snowing where you are, but explain the situation first. Thank you very much for the reminder. The dolls are going missing. Be careful. Reach out. Into a fight against the puppet pile. Yeah. I would like to brace, but even if we had leveled up twice, I don't think we have a very good brace turn. But we actually need our bullets. Even though that might not be the best thing, but it's the best burst damage we have, and we don't really have much else. So I might as well go for a dodge this turn. Because next turn I'm going to desperate action anyway. And yeah, let's move on. Again, this all becomes much more trivial on an easier difficulty. The problem is, we're not on said difficulty, so yeah, I should just do this. This is 9 damage, right? Yes, it is. Oh my goodness, my nose. I can hear it in my voice, and you can probably hear it in my voice too, but anywho. While survival instinct is nice, I think I'll need more, but that'll be before the end of this mystery. Yeah, let me in, or let him out, more specifically. I would like an ally, but, you know, stats. 15 years since it's been seriously snowing near Paris. Bad in real life RNG? Yeah. Yeah, I heard it's actually kind of bad, and in places where it's not snowing, it's actually also just as bad. Why did I roll on luck, by the way? But anywho. Tell me I don't have fetid fumes. I do have fetid fumes. What a terrible time to have fetid fumes, but for the sake of trying to survive this mystery, we'll humor the thought. Even though I still can't rest a lot, so never mind. Scratch that idea. Climb the wall. Hey, 2 strength success. He jumps up, reaching the top of the wall, and climbs onto its top without much effort. Thanks. Then he carefully adjusts his... I don't even know what I was trying to do there. Moves his legs to the other side and gently lands in the small yard behind. Don't have deduction, so just search for information. The last time he came, all the old man said was that an ancient book mentioned puppets that brought disaster, and now he found that the ancient book in the study with furniture fragments all over the place, or, so to say, some scrap pages that once belonged to it. He carefully placed them on the half-destroyed desk, spreads them out, and begins reading. All he manages to salvage are several torn pages. Most of the undamaged parts are stained, and are unable to distinguish, but that's all he can find. He takes a deep breath, starts all over with two great smiths, Sukune, and he performs like a real person, amazed by the puppets, the people. He found some kind of illustration along with the words, two people standing next to something like a set of armor. He pictures that they are smiths and their work, if I can say that sentence correctly, because for some reason I can't enunciate my words. A mystic came from the north, agreed at last he left with the replica reincarnation. Feed on mine, path towards beyond. So too, puppets come to life, moving without... Why was that? Why did I take that voice? Without hand. He didn't find illustrations for this page, but what it said was pretty clear. A drop of sweat slid by his chin. Few feet high, severing tigers. Tiger. Less than an inch stealing time. Mystic long gone, leaving the Sukune forged himself into the threads. Only the most calls upon outer gods, raised for months, thus vanish. No more scripts can be found. On the stained illustration, a vague human figure is surrounded by messy lines. 10 experience. Ah, my face. Oh, I made a mistake here. Well, it's too late now, so let's fight. Like gentlemen. Yeah, still have to chew through 36 HP. And it does do -3 all damage at base. So, for the purposes of trying to survive, although we probably won't, we'll do this. Wow, fast weapons are trash. I know I have 2 perception, but still. Oh, this is such a bad weapon. Anywho. We get to kick. I don't think it's enough. So, we'll do our best regardless, because this is probably the best thing we have to do. So, as I pet this dog furiously in the back. Yeah, we just do our best, because we can't even fit a 2 stamina for 1 reason thing. So, someone will be able to defeat this thing. Not this character. Not like this, anyway. If we had, say, Book of Gore, if we had, say, 12 damage to throw, well, even then, it might be a bit of a struggle. But what can I do? Well, we definitely dodge. I don't think that really grants us anything, though. So, I mean, we have to, though. We don't really have much of... Oh, my goodness. Why? Granted, the police revolver is not the small candle or the steak knife, but... Because the trade-off is supposed to be you're supposed to shoot the bullets. But we don't have bullets. Well, 1, we don't have bullets, and even 2. Even then, well, actually, we can calculate this kind of, right? Actually, I forgot my own fire calculation, so I don't know how fast it is. But assuming we can get 2 good 80%. So 1, it's 2 shots at 80%. And I'm not saying that because the chance to hit it is 80%. I'm saying it as a theory, because I know shots are usually not 100% accurate. And then we do 18 damage and take full damage to the face. So, I mean, we do our best. And that's all we can do. So, moving on to our last character of the stream, unless I want to test someone out as well. But we'll definitely spend some time here. And yep, I won't say anything more. We're going to go on. We have me time as Skilled Butcher. Onward we go. So I'll take these mysteries in any order that I deem... Oh, that's right, we die immediately, because this character has a stat in 1, which on Harbinger means we die, so that's right. Let me fix that really quickly. So that they do not die, at least. And yeah, you can already tell, if we were to play on Zektas, it's over. Well, it's not over, but... Boy, is it an uphill battle. So without further ado... Let me first fix this thing. And then we'll start that over again. So hey, we're going to move on to our last character of the stream. Or maybe not, depending on things that happen, because... Did I just happen to pick up characters that... I picked up characters that were going to harm me the most, basically. Well, not the most. There are definitely characters who start out weaker than others, than the ones I have here, but it's a pretty bad start, let's just say. And we have pancakes, and then that's about it. I mean, I enjoy the character for what they are. I'm putting myself through this suffering, as we have knowledge and charisma. I don't even know why I'm trying to remember, because this is not going to end well for me. We have 4 strength, that's the least I can say. And if I survive this run, it's not impossible to survive by any means. It actually is a lot easier still, but as we STE this character, let's find out what we can do. Vigil, Akamanto, Scissors, Bulletin, Sailors. So, into Scissors I go. And maybe, just maybe, we're on timeline A. We're not. We're on timeline B, but I appreciate the extra experience. Although I would have liked Skilled Butcher into Cursed Scissors, but we don't get that. And because again, a real weakness is that with low stats, you fail almost everything. That's just part of life. Now, 2 Perception Katana would be amazing, but we rolled an 11, so you know what? At the same time, failing every event with low stats, if stats don't matter because the game rolls 11s and 12s, hey, so be it. The only time they would matter is when you have more than 12 in a stat, but at that point, you just beat the game, so hey. Yeah, you still can't go out there, you silly boy. No, you can't. Look at this dog. Look at this dog. So we know we could go for the ritual here. Not really a reason to, but just to humor it. So it was 5 bows, right? We'll do this much. Do I want to do this much? That's a lot of reason damage to take, actually. Anywho. So there are 4 bows. And we're also on At, so theoretically speaking, we can do this, but do I want to do this? Yeah, you know what? For giggles, no. We'll just take our 2-turn. Actually, it's not a 2-turn because this character has 1 knowledge. Never mind, we have to cast Absorb. Away we go. We have to cast it twice, even. Look at that 5 Doom increase, or 10 Doom increase. But anywho. Yeah, we'll do our 2 runs and be off. So, we actually just can't follow, can we? Wow. Alright, well, let's see here. 6, 4, 12. Question mark? Even that much? I'll go for it because it's the best I've got without running away again. And we've spent more than enough Doom here, so 90% plus a wooden bat throw. Alright, moving on. Probably going to take... I think we had Vigil, so I'm going to take Vigil next and hope we're not on a max threat level. We weren't on a max threat level school or mansion, but I know I have 4 bows, so the worst I could do is missing 3 of these, I think. Or missing 2, sorry. So let's find out. That's, yeah, 3 bows. Hey, I got it right with the power of... I don't want to say the name out loud, but head tap with my forefinger. Logic. Anywho, we're going to take fresh meat because we're going to need the healing. And we're just going to build into strength because I like that. But more importantly, we need a better weapon. So, I could have taken the sharpening stone. I think I'm going to need the healing more. So, let's grab this meat cleaver. Let's grab this spell as well. Never mind, I failed. And move on. Squeeze this furry dog. Spell, please. Nope, no spell. Cool. Theoretically, I have a way out of Shuttle, and I just forgot the name of the gosh dang mystery because my small pea-sized brain. I also didn't grab the Vigil, but at this point, we're kind of committed. So, if I can't do it, because even then, this is not bad by any means. It's just that our stats are bad, which is bad in itself, but let's trade stamina for reason and move on. And equip this demon mask. Hello, you're gone. My voice is getting stuffier. But yeah, you know what? I would prefer a character who had good perks with low stats. Well, no, actually it depends, right? Because if we have Zectast, it's still going to be a nightmare, so... We don't even get out with this, do we? No, we don't. But it's not like I can throw a Hail Mary either, unless I do this. Or this, sorry. So for the sake of going for a 2-turn, let's do this. Otherwise we lose for reason. That's not the worst thing, it's just not great either. So 50-50, yeah! Also a thing would be nice, but a sewing kit would have been nice. That's not going to happen either. Can we get bonus damage here? So let's go for this. 90-80. Hey, nope. Why am I missing so many 90s, by the way? Oh my goodness. That's like, I think that's the second 90% I've missed. Granted, RNG is RNG, but all I ask is that people consider bad RNG. I'm not saying that everything should have places of no RNG. I'm just saying, boy, does it happen to me a lot. We don't get bonus damage here, so I just did this for no reason. But anywho, what I should have done is brace into a kick. Too late. So let's just get out of this vigil. Yeah, this is relatives, right? Now, I could take shuttle or the other one now. I need to really look at the name because I keep forgetting its gosh dang name. But we can't eat this log pig steak, so there's a kind of funny tug of war here where we don't have charisma. If we eat this, we die to doom immediately. But I can sell it, so hey. And you know what? We're gonna go for replica. I need to remember it's called replica. Gosh dang it. But anywho, let me police station something. Funny enough, no, downtown. I think we might have more downtown between the two custom mysteries. We'll find out. But first, we'll take the doll again. Hi. Bye. And we'll fight like the cool people we are. You know, a sharpening stone would be nice. Hey! Into strength we go. Now, are we still going to survive? That's what we're testing out. So, without further ado. Yeah, we can't actually eat any of these, but we can sell them. So, you know what? Oh, that's right. Never mind. We start with a lot of funds, don't we? Does this character start with funds? Why am I going crazy? I mean, that doesn't excuse anything, but it allows me to do this, so we're not going to handcuff anything. None of these things are particularly human enemies. But these cigarettes popped at the very end of this mystery should last me enough. So, I should have actually popped them now, but it's fine for the moment. Because we do a boatload of damage with the power of a meat. Like, this is actually, as I said before, it's very balanced, this still. Smoke break incoming. Yeah, I would hope. We also get another black hair. So I could also go for a, yeah, you know what? Let's go for a sewing kit. Never mind. We get nothing. I'll actually restock here. Nah, yeah, so we get the sewing kit. We'll pop this bottle of water and prepare for pain. So, let's actually smoke the cigarettes now. You know what? Why am I waiting? And we'll grab stuff. But more importantly, do a thing with cigarettes. We'll take for doom, so be it. We'll take the seaside. Oh, dog. And let us see what else we can do. So let's find out. Climb the wall, 6 strength. Yeah! Look at this hero. Search for items. Fun. Failure. The stains and gaps stretched from the first floor to the second floor, seemingly destroying everything in their path. It didn't find anything special. At last, it grabbed some random bits and pieces, but when it left the house with them, it suddenly felt chills all over its body. This is the sort of thing a home robber would do. Have we started playing a certain simulator? Not yet. But hey. Dog is now grooming themselves. But we'll take out the doll and fight. Fight! So 37 HP again, but I think we get to brace into something cool. And we do. So let's do 6 damage for -1 all, and probably take -4 all in the process, but this is the most powerful I'm probably going to be between the 3 characters, or among the 3 characters, so you know what? -4 all for this. Now, I don't want to do that, so let's not. Actually, I throw the brick and I should be fine, right? Yeah, we're fine. So without further ado, 25 experience. That's a lot of pain. Debris falls from above, shaking the ground under its feet. The puppeteers totally become something else every time the new body trembles. Thick threads are pulled, leaving deep scratches on the walls of rock. Hit by another violent quacking. Hey, I don't think that's a duck though. Wrapped in silk threads, quaking. I think it's supposed to be quaking. Quaking. Suddenly lost their balance. One last chance. It gathers its strength again at the end of the journey. Ending rebirth repressed. It tore off the restraints on its body, cut off the one thread connecting all the puppets. The shapeless monster collapsed to the ground, howling in despair. Oh! Nope, he's not gonna reply. While thick, almost black blood flew out from every broken thread. No, now, you ruined them. You ruined it all. Those were the last words it and Jury hears from the puppeteer. Strings spurred out from the monster's remains, spurred out from those empty shells, tingled together in the air and fluttered towards the two of them like a storm cloud. The cave begins to collapse. It could tell the monster wouldn't last long, but still didn't dare to stay. It and Jury ran out with all their strength, with roars and threads chasing them furiously, but when they eventually reached the morning light at the entrance of the cave, only silence remained. Tide is rising. The tide is rising. Those threads turned back into ordinary strings immediately after touching the salt seawater. They know that whatever was behind is never living. They climbed up the bank, stepping on their way home. The puppeteer, whatever that is, will soon vanish under the tide. They smiled, knowing that the store will never open again, and the fashion trend will soon come to its end. The sun behind them cast a long shadow in front. They shivered in the breeze, as if shaking off the threads wrapping their body. An ending B! But anywho. My body! But still. So this is the one run. Hey, hot bath. But we just build it all into strength, and you know what? Since we know what's likely... Well, no, I'm still going to do the Zectast run. Yeah, I'm going to still do the Zectast run. I really shouldn't, but we are. And into shuttle we go. So let's stay on this bus this time and hurt ourselves even more, but I'm pretty sure that's ending A, based on the fact that I got ending C and B already. As the BMG borns into our head. Hey, let's take a detour, by the way. Now, will I survive the run still? Maybe not, with all the doom I had to spend, but hey, we'll deal with it. As best as we can. Yeah, with one, we're not going to convince anyone. Rather unconvincing story. She rolls her eyes as it proceeds through meandering ideas and contrived evidence. Finally, after wasting enough time, we get, 3 doom to increase as we get kicked out. I mean, in all seriousness, if a Tamagotchi tried to convince you of spooky buses, would you believe it so easily? In the morning. Oh, reason, penalty, paid. It's fine. Is it gonna be fine? What does this actually do again? 4 reason once. Okay, good. Fall asleep. Hey, we jolt up awake. What's going on? The sun's still shining. Yeah, I know. Hey. Where are we? Where are we? Tell me! What does it say? 38 HP, 3 reasons. Okay, that's right. Let's... Ooh, can we even do this? Yeah, we can. Hey, the power of cigarettes. Listen, fighting eldritch monsters, anything goes. O's. So we brace and just do this until we get out. Now, I could have desperate action there, but I think we're okay here. Yeah, we're okay here. Hey, sit down. We've arrived at our destination. You've arrived at your destination. The bus suddenly stops, grabbing the handrail. The Tamagotchi pushes itself away from the creature and bolts toward the door in terror. It opens with a buzzing of servos just as it reaches it, and it leaps out onto the street, almost tumbling onto the flagstone. As the door closes and the bus departs, it sits shakily on a nearby bench, trying to calm its racing heart. The distorted streets and the human visage Linger in the Tomogachi's mind, now distant and fleeting like a broken dream. Was the version of Shiokawa it saw just a construct of a future exhausted mind grasping at non-existing patterns of 2023, or something far more sinister? Enclosed in familiar routines and surroundings, we travel through lives, experiencing a limited scope of existence. What happens beyond? Perhaps just at the periphery, with no consciousness to accommodate. The fabric of reality starts to unravel, shedding its refined form. Should the Tamagotchi ever find itself there, it would be wise not to look too closely. Might be hard to stay immersed. Once the illusion is shattered. Oh, that was not great. Oh, my voice is going too. Hey, ending A. One thing is for certain, for the time being, the Tamagotchi decides that walking might be better for their health. As time skips. But anywho. So we're gonna just take the... Yeah, no, we're still taking Razor. Who am I kidding? One missed Sailor's left. We get a lump of flesh, but... I think I might actually throw that away for Sailors. But first, this ghoul. Hello. We're here to prep. Ah, my face. Yeah, let's just prep here. Maybe I eat the lump of flesh. But we'll find out. Because if nothing else, I'm going to desperate action out of this encounter. So yeah, you know what? Let's just do that. Now, I could still eat the lump of flesh. I don't think I want to. Do you have fetid fumes is the question. No, so... I mean, that was worse for me HP-wise, but we're about to level up, so that's why I don't mind it as much. So let's see what happens to our face. Search the room. Also, I've done a different thing this stream, so hopefully, if you see any, I guess, bufferings in the stream, then, funny enough. Oh, really? We get nothing? Wait. Oh. Anywho. I should have just decreased Doom. I knew better than that, but anywho. Well, this we run from. That's for certain. But then... forgot what I was talking about earlier. I got so flabbergasted not healing there that at the hot bath event. But hey. So, we're gonna throw the energy drink away and the lump of flesh away. And we are on timeline B. So good thing I did that. But first and foremost, let's throw this torch at this abomination and move on. Hey, Golonka! But first... we never lost Bat. That's hey, that's a heck of a thing to do. But at least during a regular run, or a more average run, we have a good... I didn't fill my bottle. We can definitely survive. If I die here, it's probably because of me. So, we have 8 strength, and we don't have a strength check. We take 3 stamina, 2 reason, and that's really all that happens. Doom is another thing entirely. I could just eat the light check as well. I probably will, but let's ascend the lighthouse first. Said something. Oh yeah, something. I tried something new, and so if the stream buffers a little bit, it's likely on my end. But obviously, nothing is outside the realms of possibility. So I'll check my internet, and you can check yours. You, the viewer. So without further ado, let's just... oh, Takashi-san, you're not... oh, Takashi-san. Pain. Ooh, swing and hit. But yeah, that's all I really wanted to say there. And I don't remember any of this at all. It was probably Toilet Ghost. Question mark. Replica was second. No, it wasn't, and I die. But again, that was just to showcase the character. And we have one more run. And so we'll do it now. I actually... hold on. I actually wanted to take care of something, but I'll power through the rest of the stream. So let's do the Zektasting and suffer. Now again, I mean, can you just go into a character and alter their stats so they survive Harbinger with at least one in stat? Sure, but then that leaves you with Zektast scars, but mainly Zektast destroying us immediately at 21% doom. So Again, whatever the creator wants, like some of them do say that, hey, don't play this on Harbinger or Zectast. If possible, it's not like they're banning you, but they do advise. It's like, yeah, it's not balanced, so I understand where they come from, because you just want to make a fun character. And they're not responsible for what someone else, like me, does with the character gameplay-wise. Dexterity, second, Takushi-san, light, and maybe knowledge. But anywho, we have pancakes. That actually is an objectively good advantage against Zectast. As much doom as you can decrease, whatever doom you can decrease, you decrease it, and it's fine. But that being said, having ones in every stat, a lot of stats, and twos, that's not great. Also, I actually happened to put these together, but we have metamorphosis as well, so yeah. We don't have a weapon either, so we're really hoping for a history club play here, and we don't get it, so just where this Tamagotchi is going to punch everything with its fists and kick everything with its legs. We are going to light the candles because we need to level up, but it's not going to be fun. It's not going to be a fun time. Now, succeeding events is going to take nearly a miracle, but hey, we'll do our best to survive. Otherwise, I mean, there's not really much else to it. I mean, if I get through the characters quickly, relatively, again, not much else to do. Oh, also, I forgot to visit the mansion twice. It's fine. It's not, but hey. Yeah, without the meat cleaver here. Also, is this a max threat level forest, by the way? No. It just looks like it is, because... Or maybe it is. Because that was a general event. This is also a general event, so I still can't tell. But we're on Scars, and we're running into events. Exclusively. So you know what? I've gone for 90 minutes. It's not so bad, but we'll struggle till the end, because 11% Doom, where we're not doing well. But we'll try to survive. So into Botanist I go. I could end on a custom mystery, but for the purposes of actually trying to survive the run, I need to do the mysteries in this order. I don't need to do them in this order. In fact, custom mysteries usually have lower doom because of the bug, question mark? Do you want to call it a bug? But anywho, this is not my best choice, basically. So, anywho, yeah, we're going to punch this person as much as we can. We need to hit all 3 kicks, so let's just humor 90, 90, 90 and do our best. We are on Scars, but this is the first encounter among a lot of forest pain, so how good is it really? Well, I think we're still okay here, right? Yeah, we're still okay here. So, let's move on. Unfortunately, this doesn't even drop a weapon. That was worth 8 experience. Anywho. Hey, do we have the luck? No, we don't, because rolling into luck. So yeah, without further ado, I won't take up much more of your time. Anything else in this stream would either be rushed, and I don't like to do that, or wouldn't be as high quality. So without further ado, if you have any suggestions or mysteries you want me to play, or characters, please let me know. But I am going to be concentrating on doing other things, and I may release 2 more videos this day. Again, I'll let you know within 6 to 12 or 14 hours. As I focus on things. So yeah, not much else to say. I do want to thank everyone for coming though, so let me do that. But without further ado, I won't take up much more of your time. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already, but otherwise there's not much else to say. So without further ado, thank you for watching, for those watching now or in the future, and I'll see you later. Another stream definitely coming within 24 hours ish, but we'll see what I do. So I'll see you later. Bye!